Sawadee Kap. Today is Monday, August 16th. I'm JP Mestanza, and you're watching Phuket Extra, brought to you by PVCPhuket.com. More cases over the weekend have prompted Phuket Governor Narong Muchel to extend all of the COVID-19 restrictions that were already in place on the island until the end of this month. This means all schools are ordered to close until August 31st, along with internet cafes, martial arts schools, public swimming pools, and pool halls, as well as all bars, which are closed indefinitely. In addition, the sale and consumption of alcohol, they're banned at all venues, including restaurants, and public gatherings are being limited to groups of no more than 50 people, along with other restrictions. The only new order to the pre-existing restrictions is that residents of Phuket, those that work here permanently, or those who have a Phuket listed address, will now be allowed entry to the island as long as they're fully vaccinated and have a negative COVID-19 test result that was issued within 72 hours of arrival. Sandbox tourists who also completed their mandatory stay in Phuket can now go out and return to the island, provided they have the necessary documents. However, the ban on all domestic arrivals to Phuket is still in place, with exceptions for delivery of essential goods, university students, medical emergencies, and those who have to travel through the airport. In addition, the Phuket checkpoint is closed nightly from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. For a full list of the COVID-19 restrictions currently in effect on the island until August 31st, visit thephuket.news.com. Phuket recorded 50 cases on Sunday and 109 COVID cases on Saturday, which raises the total number to 1,989 since early April and to 2,219 since the pandemic began last year. 776 people are now receiving medical care on the island. Meanwhile, Thailand recorded 21,157 new cases over the last 24 hours, along with 182 COVID fatalities. This means the new total for the kingdom is 928,314 COVID cases, with a death toll of 7,734 since the pandemic began early last year. 76% of total patients have recovered. Phuket City Fresh Market 2, which is behind the Robinson department store in Phuket Town, it's now being closed for 7 days until August 20th after authorities reported several workers at that market tested positive for COVID-19 last Thursday. The closure of Phuket City Fresh Market 2 comes days after authorities closed and locked down the areas around the Phuket City Fresh Market 1 on Ranong Road and the Downtown Plaza Market across the street, after more than 20 COVID cases were found connected to both venues. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. The top elected body on the island will request 21 million baht to develop COVID-19 support services at the Phuket Provincial Hospital, along with another 14 million baht to develop 2 tourist attractions, one in the south and one on the west coast. The Phuket Provincial Administration Organization, or the Obojo, which is elected by the population and was installed earlier this year, they've agreed to request a total budget of 999 million baht for fiscal year 2022. Just under 8 million baht is being set aside to develop the proposed skywalk at Promthep Cape in Rawai, and just over 6 million baht is to be spent on a glass terrace at Surin Beach in Chengtalay. Other projects include 39 million baht for new investment projects that were not defined, 40 million baht to be spent on projects in the public health department and the transport department, including 10 million baht for a new building at the Phuket Provincial Hospital. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Phuket Extra will be right back after this.
Quality guaranteed since 2012. Call M Painting today.
Welcome back to Phuket Extra. Sunday was a day of protests in many parts around the kingdom, including Chiang Mai, Pathum Thani, Ayutthaya, Kanchanaburi, and certainly in Bangkok, where violence erupted between demonstrators and police at Din Daeng intersection. Tear gas, rubber bullets, and a water cannon were all used by riot police against demonstrators in familiar scenes from protests that took place just earlier last week in the same areas of Bangkok. The Bangkok rally started in the early afternoon with a car mob of protesters converging at key locations, including Ratchaprasong and Lak Prao intersections. By about 6 p.m., when the national anthem was playing, the honking began, and all of this was organized as a show of strength to demand the Prime Minister resign over the government's handling of the COVID-19 crisis, especially with cases and deaths surging nationwide. Violence erupted at Din Dang intersection in Bangkok between protesters and police. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. From protests in the streets to the halls of parliament, as motions of no confidence were filed today by the opposition parties in parliament against Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha and 5 cabinet ministers. The no confidence vote means that there will now be a parliamentary censure debate, and dates for this are now being discussed. Led by the leader of the Pheu Thai Party, along with leaders of the Move Forward Party, Prachachat, Palangpuang Chong Thai Party, Sivi Ruam Thai Party, and the Thai Civilized Party. Not only is the Prime Minister targeted, but so are the Public Health Minister, the Transport Minister, Agriculture and Co-ops Minister, Labor Minister, and the Digital Economy and Society Minister. The opposition cites shortcomings and failings in relation to the handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, vaccine management, procurement of antigen test kits that were deemed ineffective in the United States, and also the economy. Evidence and documents used in the censure debate would be forwarded to courts or independent agencies for further investigation. For more, visit the link in the description. Thank you so much for joining us today on Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. We'll be back tomorrow on Tuesday. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment, offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.